and fascinating day. So far, the Democratic Platform Drafting Committee, they've declared that American workers should earn at least $15 an hour. Minimum wage should be raised and indexed. At least this is according to a press release I got on June 25th from the DNC. Support for public education. I would have liked to have seen them say we no longer approve of charter schools, but, you know, can't have everything. Abolish the death penalty. This is a big deal. I'm not sure that the Democratic platform has ever called for that. Higher standard must be applied to future trade agreements. Okay. The Platform Committee unanimously agreed to an amendment proposed by Congressman Keith Ellison to expand the earned income tax credit to low-wage workers who don't have children and to workers aged 21 and older. So, in other words, our protections for poor people basically are expanding. Reform of Wall Street, calling for an updated and modernized version of Glass-Steagall and breaking up too-big-to-fail financial institutions. This was adopted unanimously by the committee. They called for a surtax on multimillionaires, people who have an income of more than $1 million a year. They called for expanding Social Security and lifting the cap on all income above $250,000 a year so that the rich are paying into Social Security like the rest of us. They called for universal health care, including access to public coverage through Medicare or a public option. And they called for letting Medicare negotiate prices. This would save us $600 billion every 10 years, every decade. I mean, that's how much the subsidy is to the drug companies from Medicare Part D that was, you know, pushed through by the Republicans during the Bush administration. They call for honoring the tribal nations, the indigenous people. They call for generating 50% of our electricity from clean sources within 10 years. That's huge. And they also called on another joint proposal calling on the Department of Justice to investigate alleged corporate fraud on the part of fossil fuel companies who reportedly misled shareholders and the public on scientific reality of climate change, was also adopted by unanimous consent. That's a big deal. They're calling for repeal of the Hyde Amendment. The Hyde Amendment says that no federal money can be used to pay for abortions. So if you're in the Army and you need an abortion, good luck. You're out of luck. So repeal the Hyde Amendment. Criminal justice reform. They called for shutting down private prisons. The current draft calls for ending the era of mass incarceration, shutting down private prisons, ending racial profiling, reforming the grand jury process, banning the box, and recognizing the role activists and recent movements have played in putting these issues front and center in the national conversation, as they should be. And an amendment supporting states that choose to criminalize or decriminalize marijuana. So it's a start. It's a start. There's a ways to go. There are a lot of ways to go. Long ways to go. But it's a start.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.